Remember to click subscribe and notification button for more Appa's video.
Cooking Appa.
Hi, this is Cooking Appa. Appa will be uploading minimum 4 videos every week, namely Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday at Malaysian time, 7 p.m. at night. And for the past 2.5 years, Appa has uploaded over 600 cooking ideas for you all. If you got time, you can go and take a look. Now, you're looking at a lot of ingredients today. It's because Appa recently went back to Johor Bahru, and there's one, I tasted one dish which is a Singaporean style prawn noodles. Okay, it's a stir fry type Singaporean style prawn noodles, but with a little bit of twist. This is actually the JB style, so I'm going to try to make it myself today. So you are seeing a lot of ingredient here. So where should we start? It is prawn noodles. Now, prawn noodles in Malaysia or Singapore is basically a different place. It refers to different thing. In this part, this JB Johor Bahru, okay, the prawn noodle we are referring to the Singapore style, which is actually the stir fry type. So I have approximately 300 grams of yellow egg noodles here, with one piece of bihun, okay, which is already soaked until softened. So I'm cooking for 3 adults here, all right. So what I normally do with yellow noodles, I will rinse it, have a quick rinse under water, okay, just to remove some of the gan shui, okay, remove some of the gan shui on the noodle itself. So we usually it is a combination between the noodles and some bihun. You can do only noodles as well, no problem, up to you. Okay, so we have settled with the noodles here. Then we need to prepare the broth. The broth is the key here. Now, Appa has always told you all that we must learn how to use natural broth, and actually a mixture between 2 or 3 different broth is even better. Like what exactly I'm going to do today is, first of all, I have a pork broth. Actually, I also forgotten whether this is pork broth or chicken stock. Either one will do, no problem. Okay, 1 big bowl of pork broth, and then I have some prawn shell. Okay, do not throw away a prawn shell because I'm going to make use of the prawn shell to make some prawn broth as well. Prawn broth, so this one will have a combination between a prawn broth with pork broth or chicken stock. And then today, to make it more interesting, I have some clams. Lala, okay, I have some lala with me. And what I usually do with lala is I will, after I buy back, by the way, when you want to buy the lala, if you see it's already open, then don't buy, meaning it's not fresh. The fresh one should be closed. So why is it you see everything, all the lala here is open? Because I opened it just now. They are all closed, and I actually blanch them under hot water for about 10-20 seconds. So some of it already automatically open it by itself. I will actually open it and quickly rinse it under water. That's how I wash it, okay? If not, some people will actually soak them under salted water for a couple of hours. So really up to you, because sometimes it will have a bit of sand inside the lala itself. But the juice, see? The juice underneath here is exactly what we wanted. So of course, when we deshell the prawn, we have the prawn reverse. And I'm going to use some, this is ginger, few slices of ginger to make the pork broth, prawn broth later. Some, this is approximately 1 tablespoon of chopped garlic. Egg, very important in this dish as well. Later, it's going to be very eggy. This is chives. We will only put it towards the end. And this is tauge, yeah, the bean sprout. These two, you can actually change it to the normal let's say choy sam or kailan, up to you. Seriously, there's no rule in Sapa kitchen. But usually when you eat outside, they will put the bean sprout and the chives. And of course, I also have some marinated lean meat here. I marinated with some light soy sauce and Shaoxing wine and some starch, cornstarch. Of course, this is some pork lard, yeah? The pork crackling, pork lard, where I made it myself. So let's, wow, long list. Now we can start cooking. Let's start making the prawn broth. It's actually very easy. I'm going to put in some oil. Wait until you start seeing some smoke coming out from the oil, then only you can actually put in the prawn. But now we can actually put in the ginger first to allow your ginger to, the ginger aroma, your oil to be infused by the ginger aroma. This will help to remove the smelliness, yeah, the fishy smell coming from the prawn later. You notice I put a little bit more oil here is because the prawn oil is also very fragrant, okay? So we will come back probably after a minute or two before we put in the prawn shell. So the moment you start seeing the ginger curling out, that is the time where you can put in the prawn shell, but be careful, it will splatter. So you want to run away like Appa did. Be very careful with prawn shell because it will splatter. And you really want to use high heat to fry the prawn shell for at least a couple of minutes to really make sure it is 100% cooked. If not, your prawn broth later may have some smelly or fishy smell inside, okay? Immediately you start seeing the oil start changing orangey, coming out, releasing from the prawn shell, and wow, it is already very fragrant right now. Very fragrant. I hope you can smell this. Okay, I will fry this for a minute or two before we continue. Again, we will come back shortly. This is after another minute or two. Very fragrant right now, and you can see the oil becoming orangey in color. This is the time where you can actually add in the hot water. Try to use hot water so that you won't reduce the temperature inside your wok. We always want to try to maintain the temperature inside the wok so that your cooking process will be more consistent. Look at this. Immediately, less than a minute, you already have a very beautiful prawn broth here, but I'm going to give it let it boil for about 2-3 minutes to really get the best out of it. Just leave it and let it boil. Actually, I could use a bit more hot water. Okay. So we will come back in about 2-3 minutes. Right, after about 2-3 minutes, I have a beautiful prawn broth with me. So never throw away your prawn shell because your prawn shell can make a very nice natural broth. Okay, so I'm going to off the fire. You don't have to put in any seasoning at all. And we will just where is the sieve? Suddenly I can't see my sieve. So what we do is just to remove the prawn shell, and they have done their job nicely. So you, together with the ginger and the prawn shell, you can throw them away. We only wanted the prawn broth. Okay, our golden prawn broth is ready. Now we can do the next step. Our broth is ready. Now we can start cooking the noodles. Okay. Some gravy. Give it some good amount of oil here for the egg. Oops, how come there's an N here? While waiting for the oil to heat up, I'm going to break the egg. It's always better to break your egg into a separate bowl. Try not to break it directly into the wok because it may be a rotten egg. Okay. I'm going to wait until I see some smoke. Then only I'm going to put in the egg. Alright, I've started to see some smokes. Pour in the egg. Oh, beautiful orange egg. This one should be kampong egg. You can use any kind of egg you like, no problem. Right, then I'm going to put in the noodles. Well, the reason why I'm putting the noodles now is because I want to char the noodle a bit, give it a bit of char smell, and that is exactly what the restaurant actually will do. You will taste a bit of char smell on the noodle and the bihun, which is nice. Which is nice. It is not burnt; it is char. Yeah. So this process will actually give it an extra flavor. Those at the hawker center or the restaurant, they will actually char it a bit even longer. I won't let it char that much. Just to give it some slight char flavor will do. Okay. Alright, now I can actually put in the broth. First of all, the prawn broth. Secondly, the pork broth. Thirdly, the nature broth coming up, releasing from the lala, the clams. So you want your broth just enough to cover it. Actually, the one in Singapore is a little bit drier, but the one I'm cooking is the version in Johor Bahru, which is a little bit more wet, more gravy. This is actually more gravy, and the gravy is made out of pork broth, prawn broth, together with the lala. Can you imagine how nice it's going to taste? So not forgetting, I have some marinated lean meat here. I'm going to put it in. And some prawns. The prawn will take approximately 3 minutes to cook. The lean meat somewhere around there. While we are waiting for this the ingredient to be cooked, we can actually do a bit of seasoning right now. Take note, I still have some item I haven't added in yet. I haven't added the lala. I haven't added the veggie as well. And I haven't added my garlic. Ooh, just nice. Oh, tastes so good. Okay, so I have some, I'm going to put in some oyster sauce. About 1 to 2 tablespoons. If you're using the Kamki oyster sauce, always remember to keep it in the fridge because it doesn't have any preservative. Can tone down the fire a bit. Alright, and I'm going to give it some salt, a bit of sugar, a little bit of light soy sauce. You can put fish sauce if you like. Some people doesn't like fish sauce, so you can just skip it. For those who doesn't like fish sauce, you can skip it. Alright, this is almost done. Now we can actually put in the tauge, yeah, bean sprout, and the lala. Don't worry about the bean sprout, it will actually shrink later. I still have my chives. I could use a bit more gravy. Oh. The lala will take only less than 1 minute to cook, yeah? So almost done. Now I'm going to put in the raw garlic. Why I put raw garlic the last? Because I prefer its raw taste. It will have more kick actually. And the chives. And I'm going to give it few dashes of white pepper. It's basically done. I'm going to off the fire. Basically, you don't have to cook the chives. Just make it soften enough. Everything is nicely cooked at the same time and not overcooked. Of course, you can add in a bit more light soy sauce to adjust the light soy sauce if you think it's not salty enough in your own plate later. Alright, it's basically done. Alright, so here's my Singapore prawn noodle with a bit of twist. Yeah, this is the JB style. Alright, thank you very much for watching my video. If you like my video, do share my video on your Facebook to your friends. Come to Cooking Ahpa Facebook fan page to click like and follow button. Follow up on Instagram and subscribe to Cooking Ahpa YouTube channel. These are pork crackling. Yeah, I just put it on top. Alright, and of course you can put it, eat it with some sambal. Yeah, bye bye.